Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, this is Tom, a 60-year Browns fan living in Florida. I think they should sign Kirk Cousins, let him start, and draft Cam Ward, and have Kirk Cousins show him the ropes. We definitely need a quarterback immediately, a proven quarterback, and give somebody else the backup shot. Thank you.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Let's welcome in Jake Burns from BrownsFilmBreakdown.com. Jake, I don't mind the idea. There's an assumption that whomever is drafting one right now, the Titans, they'll have the first crack at Cam Ward. So it'll be interesting to see. Kirk Cousins, my only question with him is he healthy? He did not look, coming off an Achilles, he's like 37, 38, something in that range. He didn't look completely over the Achilles in the games that I saw him play. You could tell it was a little slow and favoring his injured leg a little.
Yeah, there's no doubt that it is messed with his foot, obviously, and then his dive off the foot simultaneously is another issue that he's dealing with there. So, could Kirk operate what Kevin likes to operate? I think so. The level to which people would presume it would not be what it used to be in Minnesota, but I think when the Browns are just trying to scrape through a season, these are the types of names that you're going to be working through. I don't think you're going to find you could there be a world where you take a shot on somebody like in the similar market of Sam Darnold? Maybe, possibly, but you're probably searching the veteran collective and then trying to find some sort of like lotto ticket for a year is probably the best course. They could certainly draft Cam Ward. They could certainly draft Shedeur Sanders. There's merit, I think, to both of those guys, but it's also, I think a lot of what will happen to make that decision is behind closed doors, where like you're seeing how they are watching film, their football IQ, their um, leadership traits, their how driven they are at the position. That's stuff that you can only really come to understand about them from interviewing people close to them, teammates, coaches, all the above, and getting them in front of the whiteboard and having them talk through things. Those are things we don't get to know from the outside looking in. There's certainly parts of their game to doubt too, but the Browns need to bring in a couple quarterbacks. There's like several pathways to what they could do. They could take a bit of a flyer on a guy, a younger guy. They can make a potentially a trade for a younger guy that they think has a chance to be something for them. But I mean, the thing that I think to understand here is the pathway to the Browns having a top 12 quarterback next year is pretty slim. But they're also trying to climb out of being a bottom of the worst quarterback situation again next year. So there's like a range there, right? If they can get inside the top 20 of quarterback production and play, then you certainly can find a pathway to winning enough ball games to make yourself relevant. It's just a matter of, what are Browns fans' expectations, relevancy or chasing Super Bowls? And that's, with the money they've invested in the roster, I think you're trying to chase Super Bowls. So I think that's where there's a delicate balance of how much they're going to invest. Are they going to draft a guy right now? And also, there's just a lot of time. There's like 3 months here to see some guys' contract situations sort out, who's happy or unhappy. And it feels like almost every year there's a quarterback that kind of is fringe on the market that could be had in a trade. Not the top end guys. We know how rare the top end guys are to ever find that ability, but there's these little slivers of opportunity that'll be there for some of them that I think we're maybe not even privy to right now. But yeah, I think the way to look at it is two guys for sure. You would prefer somebody who's played in the NFL a little bit, maybe either that's a veteran or somebody, like we said, who's maybe been overlooked or deserves a chance to compete for a job. Think like Malik Willis in Green Bay, maybe, who's had a nice little run. Over there when he went into Matt LaFleur's offense and looked a little more competent, right, coming out of the situation in Tennessee, or Justin Fields, those type of guys, then kind of pairing them with some younger upside player too. So it's an interesting spot to be in. I wish there was just more clarity this offseason, but the draft has not left us with many situation make us feel kind of warm and fuzzy about, like, oh, it's Drake May's there. You're gonna have one of Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Jaden Daniels. And it's just not that type of draft to feel, not that there weren't concerns about Drake or Jaden or those guys either, but like, um, there was just a better consensus around those two are worth the pick there, and everything that kind of came with that. So I am fascinated by what they're going to do because the pathway, the end of the tunnel isn't bright yet. I think there's a lot of road to travel here.